It's hard to say. The malt comes from Canada, as you said. The bottle caps are from Mexico. It looks like there's a carve out in these tariffs for the USMCA, which should provide some relief, but there's still
Hmm.
questions. We get our cans from Ball, so they're manufactured in the U.S. However, we don't know the source of the aluminum. The aluminum could be coming from Canada, it could be coming from wherever. So we haven't heard anything from
Hmm.
our can supplier on how this is going to affect our prices, but I feel that it is going to affect our prices and not in a good way.
Well, to make it even more complicated, I understand that you're having trouble finding bottles now because the big guys, the big brewers are sucking up all the glass because they don't want to have to use more expensive aluminum for cans. What do you do with that?
Exactly. We thought we were somewhat shielded from the aluminum tariffs because most of our packaged beer, 70% of our packaged beer goes into bottles. So we thought we'd be okay on that front. However, about 3 weeks ago, I was informed by our bottle supplier that they would not be able to supply us with bottles beyond March 31st. So we've been in a frantic search for a new bottle supplier. And so we haven't sorted that out yet. We have two shipments on the road that we had already ordered before we got cut off. So we've got a little bit of wiggle room there, but we need to figure out something pretty quickly.
Boy, that's for sure. How long have you been in business in Alexandria,
We
Bill?
opened 14 years ago in 2011, and we've never seen anything like this. And I was talking to our bottle supplier a couple of weeks ago, and he was explaining to me that he doesn't have an answer for us. He's been in the business for 35 years, and he said he's never seen anything like this either.
So here's the problem, as I'm assuming for you. The reason why your beer works is because of all of the elements that I've already described. I'm guessing you cannot just simply replace that malt, for instance, that is critical to the taste and body of your beer. What do you do with that?
Exactly. Yeah, the malt that we use, it's a very specific strain of Pilsner malt. It's barley
Hmm.
that's grown in Canada, and it likes the colder climate in Canada, and that's why we use it because it's the best quality in the world. And our brewers, they know what they're doing. As you said, we've won multiple awards for our beers, and it's because our brewers look the world over for the best ingredients to make the styles of beer that we want. So. Um, there's a lot that goes into our supply chain, and it's just really been frustrating the past few weeks because
Yeah.
our entire supply chain has been thrown into chaos.